Being loved is a beautiful feeling. A feeling everyone craves for. Everyone will surely get to experience this feeling, whether from a parent, siblings, or partners. Most especially, it is an established fact that God loves all of us. Love is a feeling that makes you feel alive. Though there are different kinds of love, they all have similar components, and any kind of love anyone wants to share with you, it comes from the same thought process. When someone shows us love, sometimes we fail to see it. Most times, it's not our fault, though, as some people do not know how to be expressive with the showing of their feeling. We tend to misunderstand kind gestures sometimes too, and people try to avoid being misunderstood, so they withdraw whatever it is they do. This might affect the whole process of showing love and might also affect the receiver of the love signals. When someone loves you genuinely, there are some signs that they cannot hide from you. The extent of the love makes them expressive no matter the situation. They cannot help themselves not to show it to the person that they are in love with. Sometimes this expressive behavior leads to a beautiful relationship, and sometimes it might be taken for granted. The point of taking expressive people for granted is also a reason why most people do not like expressing their love. They get scared of rejection and the fact that most people do not do it in a polite, quiet manner. Another mistake we make most times is that we have no idea how to detect if someone is in love with us or not. Some of us could only guess or hope that someone loves us, but characteristically, we cannot say someone is really in love with us. There are numerous signs to detect if someone is secretly in love with you. When someone genuinely loves you, they care about you even if you do not ask for it. They feel the need to make sure you're okay and comfortable with your life. Care is a love language spoken by every individual. We are programmed to automatically care for whomever it is that we love. We just want to always see them fine and doing good. We would go to any length to make sure that these people we love are comfortable, even if it means making little sacrifices along the way. We just find ourselves caring about their needs and going the extra miles to provide it for them. Caring about someone gives them goosebumps, and it's not only a sign that you love the person, it's also a sign that you were brought up well amongst your peers. When someone cares for you, you automatically start growing a soft spot for them. You find yourself happy and smiling at the little gesture they make towards making you happy. When you see that someone cares about you so much, it's your job to make sure that you do not take their care for granted. Cherish it and bring them closer to you. Also care about them and let them know that you see and appreciate their efforts. Caring for someone who turns a blind eye to you, all have been doing, can be frustrating and disappointing. You just get your hopes up, hoping someday they would at least acknowledge your efforts, even if they do not reciprocate it. Sometimes this makes us feel bad, and it affects the way we express our love to people. For every human that does not care, there must have been someone who once took his or her care for granted. Love cannot exist without care. Care is definitely one of the rudiments of love, so if someone is showing that they care about you, then there is every possibility that they love you also. When you come across people that care about you, do not make them feel like you are entitled to it. Make sure you show them that you care about them also, and if you do not feel the same way, you can also politely tell them. Many people go through a lot, so for someone to take out of their time to care about you, it really means a lot. When someone loves you, they give you their attention. You do not need to compete for their attention, they give it to you unconditionally. They always want to be around you, always want to listen to everything you have to say, no matter how irrelevant it is. They make sure they check up on you, and no matter how tight their schedule might be, they call in between their working hours. Attention is something everyone wants, especially when you are getting it from the right person. When you see someone that gives you so much attention, that means they have created a space in their heart to fit you in. Anyone who gives you that much attention, though, would require a similar gesture from you. Even if you cannot reciprocate the same gesture, at least try not to make them feel creepy because they check up on you regularly. Though too much attention from someone you do not love can sometimes feel irritating, but you should not be rude about how you relate the message to the person in order not to hurt their feeling. Attention is also one of the rudiments of love, and anyone giving you attention and not making you crave or beg for it definitely loves you. This is one of the signs you can know someone loves you. When someone loves you, they include you in their plans. They make sure they provide a space for you, no matter in whatever it is that they have planned. They think about you all the time and make little sacrifices for you. They're always ready to introduce you to their friends and family members. This shows that they want you in their inner circle. When people include you in their immediate plans, you should already have an idea that they might already paint a bigger picture of the future with you in it. Most times, these people might be very busy, and they still find a way to include you in their plans. This shows you how committed they are to making you feel special. They do little acts like sending you lunch at your workplace just to make you know that they're thinking about you. These acts should send a message to you that they are in love with you. Sometimes you might just choose to ignore, probably because you're not interested in the person, but you should try to not make the person feel used. The whole point of including someone in your plans should send a strong message. People including you in their plans is also a sign that they love you and need you to be a part of their future. If you feel the same about them, let them know. If you do not feel the same about them, you do not have to be rude about it. Just make sure your thoughts align perfectly with the other person before making a decision on what to do, because most times we make hasty decisions and dismiss people that mean well for us. When someone loves you, they will thrive to make sure you have a good relationship with God. Someone that loves you wants all that is good for you. They will make sure you have a deep connection with God and also make sure you pray always. They will pray for you and also pray with you. They just want to see you succeed. Your win automatically becomes their win. They put everything about you in God's hands and sit back as they watch God perform wonders in your life. They give you unsolicited advice on issues they just notice about you that you do not even involve them in. They go the extra mile just to make you feel special and loved. They take corrections immediately you point it out that you do not like a particular thing. They make sure they never repeat those things again. Most times, these things come out of the willingness of the heart, and it's never something premeditated. They are just gestures that we find ourselves doing to people we love without even knowing. Making sacrifices for them becomes so easy, and we are ever ready whenever they call upon us for help. Putting everything in God's hand is a perfect way to let God handle your affairs. True believers know this, and they always use it to their advantage. They make efforts and commit their efforts into God's hand because they're sure He would never fail them. These are signs that someone loves you, and you just have to decide after seeing these signs if you want to reciprocate it or not. The best thing is for you to commit everything into God's hand. Pray over it and try to find out if that is who God has destined for you. This is the best way to handle all these signs, as anything that God is not involved in cannot be perfect. These signs would help you know if you can start considering the person as someone you can spend the rest of your life with or not. Always remember to involve God, and His blessings would be placed on everything you involve Him in. Shalom.